So this is the next part with the clock. We're going to well, this first video will run through the Scratch clock, even though there is other places that we've done the clock. This one is slightly different, so we'll just walk through it because we're going to compare how this one looks in Scratch to how it actually looks in Canvas, and we're going to build the project up quite a bit as well, and in the end we're planning there'll be an analog clock and a digital readout as well. Now I know that some of the other Scratch ones have got digits as well, but this one's going to be a little bit different, and we'll build it up in both as we go. So first things first, a lot of what's happening here is exactly the same as what's happening in the other clock projects that you'll find on the Scratch page. Now down here, I think I'll just rename these because you'll see why. I'll call that one hours, and I'll call this one, well, I can call it minutes or seconds. I'll call it minutes, plural, because we've already got second, minute, hour, hands. Now we've got hours and minutes. So hours, numbers 1 to 12, and minutes and seconds under 60. And the clock face slightly different, just used a bit of gradient there, that's all. And the scripts start with the outside of the clock, then it goes to what we'll now call hours. Alright, so we'll call it hours. That gives us this one over here. So when I receive hours, then we'll go to minutes. So minutes. So then we'll go to minutes, and when I receive minutes, we'll then broadcast hands. And of course, if you go and look at the other ones, you'll realise that hands goes to lots of places. There, 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 and there. So it broadcasts to 4 different places. Now let's see what it does. The outside of the clock, the hours, the minutes, and then the clock itself. Let's have a look at how the hour scripts work. So nothing's changed here from the original clock ones that were done in Scratch, or not much anyway, a little bit maybe, but not a lot. And the good thing is that you can just duplicate this to here, and it pretty much does the same thing, except it sets the size to smaller. And other than that, it's pretty much the same. I just might restore it when we go back in case there's a problem. So when we get to hands, it does the same thing it's always done, and as you can see, it just keeps running. So these three go forever while the clock runs. Now the next video we'll go and see what it looks like in Canvas.